All right, we are going to get right going here. I missed warm-ups. Apologies for that. I assume we'll have a lot of late joiners. But we're here for match number 3, day number 1, San Jose State University in beautiful San Jose, California. Your Huskies are 1-1 on the day, battling for a top 2 spot. I didn't see the outcome of the previous match. I don't know if it's an option for them or not. But if so, they need to win here against top-seeded Stanford. Stanford, the 3rd seed overall in the tournament. Your Huskies, the 6th seed. Should be a good one here from court 3. Our 2 checking lineups. Gives you all clear. In comes Gonzalez. Out hops Steinke. And we are moments away from bringing you University of Washington Club Volleyball. Looks to me like Stanford is going to start with the ball. Number 1 makes her way back to the service stripe. R1 says, let's go. Number 1 starts now into the 6. Yay is there. Spolador runs back. Set to Sarah Sulo, picked up by Stanford. Spolador's going to go back row to Yay. Big swing. It's long. And the first point of match number 3 goes the way of Stanford. 1-0 early going here in match 3. There's a serve into the 6. Yay is there. Spoladoro. Somehow Gonzalez snuck under there and popped it over. Unfortunately, she slid across the center line under the net. Point Stanford. Spoladoro being a back row setter, she can't take the ball over above the net, so she was a little handcuffed. There's a shot down the line. And a big swing by Clapper down for a kill. Nice pass, nice set, nice attack by the passer Clapper. And the Huskies on the board. 2-1 here, set number 1. Sarah Sulo back to serve. Good serve. Picked up nicely. Strong side attack coming. Big swing over the block. Gonzalez, good dig. Sarah Sulo back row. We get a offensive net violation called on Stanford. So that's a point to the Huskies, and we're knotted at 2 early in set 1. Sarah Sulo back to serve into the 6, picked up nicely in system, middle attack, big swing blocked by Clapper. Roll shot over, picked up by Ye. Sarah Sulo is going to go outside. Clapper steps into it, off the block, out of play. Point Huskies. Big swing by Clapper, tools the block. Good for a kill. 3-2. And Sarah Sulo now with the Huskies' first lead. Good serve, good pass and system, right side attack. It's a good one. It's long. It's a good miss all around, I will say. Point Huskies. I thought maybe there was a touch at the net, not called. And now the Huskies have Stanford doubled up 4-2 early. Set 3. Sulo sends it into the 6. Nice pass by Lidwell. Quick attack into the middle. That one too is long. We do get a touch called on that one. Point to the Cardinal. Short commute for them. They're just up the road between San Jose and San Francisco. And they trail 1. 4-3 Huskies on top. Good serve, Yay there. Good pass. Sarah Sulo into the middle. Nelson over the block, off the deflection to the floor. Nelson scores for the Dogs. That'll bring Clapper back to the service stripe. Clapper up, Clapper down the line. Over ball, sent back by Ye. Point, Huskies. Clapper to serve. Good tough serve into the 6. Picked up, but scrambling out of the Cardinal. Free ball over. Clapper there, middle attack. Nelson tip shot and scores. Chloe Nelson using her brain, and the ball again into the broadcast booth, the Mineral Springs broadcast booth. And Clapper now back to serve, leading 7-3. Good 4-point lead for the Huskies. Tough serve finds the net. Point, Cardinal. Libero number 3 back to serve for the Cardinal. They're down 3, 7-4. Down the line, Clapper there. Sarasulo to Nelson. Tip shot, scores once again. Chloe Nelson likes zone 4 on that attack. Good turnover by the Huskies, and now Gonzalez back to serve. Gonzalez into the 6. Picked up nicely in system. Right side attack. Big swing through the block, through the hands of El Sharkawi, and to the floor. Point, Stanford. Number 5 now into serve for Stanford. Lefty pounds the ball into the floor. Cox fires into the 6. Clapper there. Sarasulo quickly over to Ye. Left-handed tip over, picked up. Overball sent back by Ye. R2 wants to call interference. R2's trying to call interference. R1 isn't sure he agrees. They're having a good conversation. It kind of looked to me like Ye just swiped it. What are we going to call here? Good discussion at the net. You like to see the discussion. You want to get the call right. I don't have a microphone on the conversation. We're calling the ball to the Stanford. Maybe we got a net violation. Net violation, I think, was the call. Ye doesn't agree. Doesn't matter. Point, Stanford. Looks like Clapper, floor captain, she wants to understand better the call. The R1's got a good explanation. Tough setup here. The R1 not up, watching the top of the net like you would generally be. You can see a lot of that net play. So reliant on the R2. Continued discussion. Clapper's got an argument. She's got her left hand out of the net, right hand up high on the net. R1 says, here's what I saw, here's what I think. I think we're going to result in Stanford. Okay, well, maybe we're going to get a replay here. Clapper reports to the staff. We're playing on. It's 6-8. Clapper, good pass. Sarasolo goes back. El Sharkawi off the block. Here comes Stanford. Big swing. Dug up by Gonzalez. Can't get a second contact. Point Stanford. And Stanford roaring back now. Just down 1. Looking to tie things up here. Huskies remain on top 8-7 here in set number 1. Number 5, the lefty serving. Good serve. Gonzalez. Good pass. Sarasolo. It's going to, El Sharkawi goes down the line for the kill. Nice shot down the line for the right side out of Porter Ranch, California. She's a senior for the Huskies. And now Macy Spolodoro in to serve, leading by 2, 9-7. Spolodoro, short serve, nice pickup by the libero. Outside, strong side attack, into the net. Point, Huskies. 10-7 Huskies lead. Spolodoro hustles back to the line. Spolodoro, looking for the roll, doesn't get the roll, catches the net, falls onto the Husky side. Point to Stanford. Back to serve number 9 for Stanford, holds her hand high, toss, sent over, Ye is there, Spolodoro all the way across. Sarasolo off the top blocks, pushed over on 2, I would have called a double, not called. Sarasolo Sulo down the line for the kill. Easy for me to say. That's what I get for trying to call shots and not the play. Ye back to serve. 11-8 the score. Good serve, corkscrewing in, popped up high. Strong side attack, roll shot over the block. Gonzalez goes down to get it, sends it over. Middle says thank you very much, hammers it to the floor. Point, Stanford. 2-point lead here for your Huskies, 11-9, set number 1. Good strong serve, Gonzalez goes down to get it. Sarasulo chases it down, free ball coming from Ye, there it is. Now here comes Stanford, strong side attack, down the line. It's long, point, Huskies. Steinke back to serve, Steinke up, sends it over, good serve. Middle attack, tipped over, Steinke goes down to get it, can't come up with it, point, Cardinal. 12-10. Huskies by 2 here in set number 1. A-B battle here in pool play. This will round out pool play here. Tough serve down the line. Ye sticks with it. Nice pass. Spolodoro outside. Big swing. No touch. Point. Stanford. Good power behind that shot. Just a little long. And number 1 now serving to tie things up at 12. Ye there, good pass. Spolodoro goes back to Sarasulo. She goes down the line. Libero picks it up nicely. Strong side attack. Tipped over. Popped up in the air. Spolodoro dives. No third contact. Point. Stanford, and we are knotted up at 12. 12-12. Set number 1. Number 1 serving. Sent into the 6. Ye sends it up high. Sarasulo back row to Ye. Big swing off the deflection. So it's off the net cord, off the deflection, not a play. Point, Huskies. Halfway through set number 1. The Huskies lead 13-12. Sarasulo into the 1. Good serve. Out of system are the Cardinal. Roll shot over. Ye is there. Sarasulo with options in the middle. Nelson tipped. This time it's blocked. And the overball sent back hard by the Stanford Cardinal. Point to the far side, and it's the Black Cat point. 13-13 the score. Set number 1. Number 12 back to serve for Stanford. They get a massive front row, 14, 10, and 9. Clapper, good pass. Sarasulo goes outside. Big swing by El Sharkawi for the kill. She gets around that big front wall and puts it to the floor. Stanford coaching staff saying, hey, we got to get outside to block that. Nice job by El Sharkawi. Clapper, good strong serve, picked up nicely in system, right side attack, into the block, sent back and down, point. Huskies, stuff block there. We'll give it to Ye, assist to Nelson. You may have hit both of them. So maybe he'll give him both blocks. How's that? All right, Clapper back to serve. Clapper up, Clapper over. Good strong serve, picked up nicely by Stanford. Middle free ball coming, there it is. Clapper up, Sarasulo chases it down. Yay, two-hander to the deep corner, picked up nicely by the libero. Strong side attack, off the block and out. El Sharkawi was there. It hit the outside of her arm and fell to the floor. Point, Stanford. 15-14. Good one for you here. Set number one from San Jose State. Third match of the day. Stanford 2-0. Your Huskies 1-1. Clapper up. Sarasolo into Nelson. Big swing. It's out. Point. Stanford 15-15 the score. Libero, number 3, serving for Stanford. Again, apologies, I don't have the opposing team's rosters. Gonzalez pops it up, Sarasulo chases it down, free ball coming. El Shakarwi does a nice job chasing that down, middle attack, look out. Oh, it's wide. No touch, point. Huskies, and the Huskies retain the lead. Regain the lead, I should say, 16-15. Set number one. Gonzalez to serve. Gonzalez up. Gonzalez finds the net, and we're knotted again at 16. 16-16. Set number one. Stanford back to serve. Number 5. The lefty did some damage her first time around. Let's see what she's got this time. Gonzalez sends it up high. Sarasoto's going to go back row. Clapper steps into it. Roll shot over. Picked up by Stanford. Outside. Big swing. Cross court. Winner. Nice cut shot. Across the net. Short into the 4 for the kill. And now Stanford gets the lead. The lefty up. Short. Clapper goes down to get it. Outside. Yay. Big swing. Finds the floor. Tucked it inside the baseline, and Yay scores for the Huskies, and we're knotted at 17. Racing to 8 here in set number one. Spoladoro in to serve. To our broadcast right, Spoladoro. Good serve, good pass, middle attack, down. What a rocket middle attack there. Gonzalez got an arm on it, but sent it back into the stands. Point Stanford, and they grab the lead back, 18-17. Back and forth, heavyweight fight here, set number one. Number 9 to serve, number 9 up and down the line, actually into the 5-6 seam, falls cleanly to the floor. Ace serve, Stanford, timeout. Huskies, they're going to talk it over. I'm going to rest my voice, get a drink. This is called brick by brick, 30 seconds of it.
I'm going to keep believing in this house we've been building. Love that we've been making helps our hearts with the healing. Cause I know what I'm meant for, in the place where I belong.
All right, short timeout. We're back on the floor. Huskies down 2. Stanford the A seed. Sent over. Yay is there. Spoladoro all the way across. Sarasulo! Crushing blow down the line. Good pass on the serve. Spoladoro goes cross country to Sarasulo, and she hammers the ball to the floor. Court repair on the far side. Yay to serve, trying to tie it up. Too much thumb. It's wide left. Point. Stanford, they win the race to 20. They're in the red zone. Blazek's going to come in, give Ye a break. Late in set one. Good serve. Same result. It's wide to their left, our right. Point Huskies, 19-20 the score, and now Steinke is going to look to tie this up. Up, over, good pass and system, strong side attack coming. Nice dig by Steinke. Confusion on the Husky side. Here comes Stanford now right side. The lefty sends it over the block. Steinke there. Spoladoro goes outside. Clapper into the block. And down. Point. Stanford. Good coverage on the block. Just came too quickly for anyone to get good reaction. The dangerous number 1 back to serve. Here she comes. Down the line. Tough serve. Clapper. Great pass. Spoladoro wants Sarasulo on the right side. Off the block and out. Sarasulo tools the block. Scores for the Huskies. That'll bring Al Sharkawi back. Spoladoro gets a break. Sarasulo at the service stripe looking to knot this thing up. Huskies down 1. Good serve. In system. Look out. Right side attack. It's a good one. Sarasulo, good dig. Gonzalez wants El Sharkawi into the block and down. Point. Stanford. Big block by the Cardinal. And they lead by 2, 22-20. Good job by the Huskies hanging in there. It's a big front row again, 14-10-9. And here comes the serve right at us. Gonzalez sends it up high. Clapper's got it. Struggling are the Huskies to bring it back. It's not going to happen. Sorry, I lost track there. El Sharkawi sent it over. The Huskies just kind of shoveled it back. Excuse me, Stanford shoveled it back. The Huskies batted it around but couldn't return. And now it's a 3-point lead, 23-20. Big point here for the Huskies. Down the line, Clapper, good pass. Sarasulo into the middle. Nelson off the block. Picked up by El Sharkawi. Nice job. Back row attack. Blazek sends it over. Picked up nicely. Strong side attack coming. Stanford off the block to the floor. And Stanford now 4 set points. It's 24-20. Number 12 on the hook for set number 1 for Stanford. It's up. It's short. Blazek goes down to get it. Sarasulo wants Clapper. Two-hander into the deep corner. It's in. And Clapper keeping the Huskies alive here in set number 1. Huskies trail 21-24. They need 3 to keep this match going. Ye checks in the front row. Gives Blazek a break. And now Clapper to serve down 3. Good serve into the 6. Nice pass, outside attack coming, sent over. Clapper goes down to get it. Sarasulo, two-hander into the corner, scores. Oh, a double called. Garbage. Point Stanford. They take set number 1. Haven't seen those called. It was probably a little double contact there, but we haven't seen those called all day. Unfortunate break for the Huskies, but Stanford takes set number 1. We're going to make our way to the other side, and we'll go back to some Chad Johnson music. This one's called Ride Along. Top off your drinks. Be back in 3 minutes.
Let it cry, let it be. Last kiss for you and me. We'll turn the page, the win and win. Heart of gold, heart of love. And to see it's all above. Well, what's worth gets better every day. Feel the good one coming on and an old-fashioned country song. Well, brown eyes singing all night long. God, not a lie. You can't always get what you want, but you'll be proud every Saturday night. Mama tried, Daddy lied. Who thought I'd walk the line with prison on a runaway train. Never thought I could feel such pain. She rode a rescue ride along. Oh, I'm a lonesome song. I'm a lonesome song. I'm a Prince, Mary Jane, Last Dance, well, it's all the same. Well, old red's creeping outside. Turn up the lights, turn on the tunes. Martin Ziller and a sonic boom. Well, honky tonk, women don't be cruel. Feeling good, one coming on, and an old-fashioned country song. Well, brown eyes singing all night long. Simple man on an older road, and Hank Williams, God rest his soul. Every road's test have a song. Was in prison on a runaway train. Never thought I could feel such pain. And she rode a rescue ride along. Oh, I'm a lonesome song. I'm a lonesome song. Simple man on an older road. Hank Williams, God rest his soul. Every road's test to have a song. Was in prison on a runaway train. Never thought I could feel such pain. She rode a rescue ride along. She rode a rescue ride along. Oh, I'm a lonesome song. Lonesome song. Lonesome song. Lonesome song.
All right, back on chord 3, a little wave from the bench. That was nice. Aware of audio issues today when moving to the side. Can't really explain it. I've looked into it. Hopefully audio sticks with us. The Huskies had a tough fought set number 1. Here's set number 2. Sarah Sulo starting us off now. Good strong serve picked up by the libero. All the way across. Attack through the block of Nelson into the floor, and Stanford jumps off early 1-0 lead. Number 1 back to serve for Stanford. Down the line, picked up by Eknes. Sarasulo into the middle. Nelson over the block. Good hustle by Stanford to keep it alive. Popped up high in the air. Nelson goes to Eknes. Back row. Can't quite get it over, and it's a point. Stanford, they're up 2-0 here in set number 2. They do lead 1-0. Number 1 back to serve. Into the 6th, Johnson goes down to get it. Sarasulo pushes upside. El Shakawi, great attack. Nice dig by Stanford, though. Down the line, again, right through the Husky block. Huskies doing a good job getting in position. The greased ball is just sliding through the arms. And it's now 3-0 Stanford, number 1 to serve. Just tough serve, Johnson, good job getting it up. Clapper from the right side, big block. Nice job by Sarasulo keeping it alive. El Shakawi tips it over the block. Here comes Stanford right side. Loop shot over. Eknes sends it up high. Sarasulo wants El Shakawi. Got a break there playing that ball. I think it was wide. Strong side attack through. Eknes, nice dig. Sarasulo on 2. Picked up by the libero. Here comes Stanford in the middle. Big attack. Nice job, El Shakawi. Tipped over by Nelson. Here comes Stanford. Tipped. Blocked back by Clapper for the Husky point. Clapper with the block earns her way back to the service stripe. Deep rest. It's late in the day. That was quite the rally. And the Huskies, let's see if we can ride that momentum now. Down 1-3. Clapper, good strong serve. Nice pass by libero perfectly. Middle attack. Blocked by Nelson. Sent back over. Sent up by Sarasulo. Johnson over to Eknes. Eknes steps into it. Blocked. Scrambling are the Huskies, and they send it over free. Here comes Stanford, right side, down the line. Johnson with the dig. Sarasulo, back row to Clapper. Big time swing. Somehow, Stanford gets it back and wins the point. Wow, that was a bomb by Clapper. And the Stanford Cardinals scramble to get the ball over and win the joust at the net for the point. It's 4-1. Number 12 back to serve, coming right at us. There it is. Eknes fights it off. Clapper back to Eknes. Big swing, good swing. Nice dig by Stanford. Over on 2, picked up by Sarasulo. Johnson outside. Eknes off the high hands to the floor. Point, Huskies. Johnson back to serve. Johnson goes down the line, picked up nicely. Middle attack, tipped over. Score for Stanford. Got a little bit of a technical problem here. It's 5-2 in the gym. Libero from Stanford is back to serve. Down the line, Johnson picks it up. Sarasulo chases it over. And Steinke, with Sarasulo at her feet, finds the top of the net. 6-2 the score. Down the line, off the net cord, rolls over. Unfortunate break for the Huskies. Makes a 5-point deficit now, 7-2 in set 2. Stanford already up 1-0. Libero to serve. Huskies need a stop. Johnson there, good pass. Sarasulo's going to go back to L. Excuse me. Right side attack over the block. Sarasulo picks it up. Clapper steps into it off the shoulder and to the floor. Point for the Huskies. Late in the day for this guy as well. Voice is starting to give out. Spoladoro on to serve as we chase down the ball from court 2. Here we go. Good hustle by the Stanford side. Now Spoladoro down 4, wearing number 4, ready to put the ball in play here in set 2. She goes down the line, good serve, nice pass in system, strong side attack, tipped over, Spoladoro with the dig. Johnson's going to go outside, Eknes into the block, sends it up high. Middle attack over, Johnson is there, Spoladoro straight up back row, Clapper, big time swing, deflection off the net. Excuse me, off the net between courts, that is. Point to the Huskies. Clapper effective from the back row. Clapper effective from the front row as well. Pretty much effective. Spoladoro down 3 now. Ace serve! Spoladoro, the East Ridge product out of Cottage Grove, Minnesota, scores to make it 5-7. Into the 6 this time. Oh, she finds the back row. She goes short into the 6 for an ace. She goes long into the 6 for an ace. Now serving to tie, 6-7 the score. Spoladoro up. Good strong serve again. Out of system. Right side attack off the block. Picked up by Sarasulo. Spoladoro wants Eknes. Big swing, top of the net, point Cardinal. 6-8 Huskies trail set 2. They also trail 1-0. Number 5 back to serve for the Cardinal. She's a lefty. And here she comes. Eknes sends it up high. Spoladoro all the way across. Sarasulo into the block, picked up by Clapper and sent over. Nice job. Strong side attack coming, tipped over, Spoladoro dig. Johnson's going to go to Sarasulo. All over the block. Nice pickup by the libero. Middle attack off the net cord into the floor. Point Stanford. The board gave the point to the wrong side. The board says 7-8 will take it, but the real score is 9-6. And now the lefty, there's the correction. Now the lefty serving once again. Up, over. Eknes pops it up. Clapper helps. Sarasulo is going to go roll shot over the block. Picked up nicely. Now here comes Stanford. Back row. The lefty sends it over. Clapper there. Spoladoro goes back to Eknes. Tip into the corner. Picked up by the Cardinal. Strong side attack. Big swing off the block. Sarasulo picks it up. Spoladoro returned to sender. Sarasulo off the block. Here comes Stanford once again. Strong side attack. Block Eknes. Back row attack coming by the lefty. Down the line, but wide. Good job, Huskies, to earn that point. Eknes making her presence known at the front row. Eknes, also a Minnesota product, Eden Prairie High School. More on that in a moment. 7-9, the score sent over. Libero sends it up high, insists a middle attack. Spoladoro gets a fingertip on it, but too much pace to control. Eknes and Spoladoro, unknowingly at the time, well, they knew it, they played each other in the state championship as well as other venues in high school and in the club circuit, and found themselves both at the University of Washington. Clapper back row, big swing, nice job, picked up by Stanford. Blocked there, Sarasulo, but it's out, and it's a point Cardinal. 4 points now, the Huskies down. Number 9 to serve. Good strong serve. Picked up by Herman Scholby, excuse me. Too much pace though, and it's an ace serve, and now it's 12-7. Midway through set number 2, Stanford opens up a lead by a handful. Down the line, Clapper goes down to get it. Spoladoro chases it down. Nice attack by the Huskies, but now back row goes to the Cardinal. Nice dig. Spoladoro's going to go outside. Clapper, big swing into the block. Good hustle. Nice job by the Huskies to keep it alive. Stanford now from the strong side off the block. Sent back by the Huskies. Stanford tries back row. Dug up nicely by Herman Scholby. Outside, Clapper, big swing. Finds the net. Point Stanford. Good work there. Nice scrambling defense out of the Huskies. But the Stanford Cardinal just kept coming and coming. Down the line again. This one's short. Service error will give the ball back to the Huskies. They need a little run. We're down 5. And down 1-0. Steinke. Down the line, good serve. Passed up nicely, in system. Strong side attack goes down the line. Spoladoro with the dig. Clapper goes back row to Herman Scholby. Blocked at the net. Back row attack coming from Stanford. Off the deflection. Nice dive by Herman Scholby to get a hand on it. Tough play. Point Stanford. Stanford now by 6, 14-8. Herman Scholby, nice pass. Spoladoro. Nice little dipsy-doodle tip there by Sarasulo. Effective for the Huskies. She'll trot back to the service stripe. Huskies still down 5. Need to make a move. Sarasulo over. Joust at the net, won by Clapper. Here comes Stanford again. Strong side attack off the block, picked up by Clapper. Sarasulo goes back. Cross court shot by El Shakawi is wide. No touch. Point Cardinal. 15-9, 6-point deficit for the Huskies. Trading points is not going to be an effective plan at this point. Number 1 to serve for the Stanford. Here they come into the 6. Johnson there, picked up by Clapper. Al-Shakarbi goes down the line. Nice little shot there. Now they're going to come right side. Big swing, cross court for the kill. Cross court winner from the right side. Stanford taking control here in set number 2. Seven-point deficit for your Huskies. Herman Schroby, nice pass. Clapper goes down the line, but she's a little wide. And it's a point to Stanford. Number 1 continues at the service stripe. Sends it over. Johnson, number 1 to receive. Nice set. Shikawi goes across, picked up by Stanford. That attack is into the net. Point to the Huskies, and now in comes Eknes. Clapper back to serve. Down a touchdown and an extra point. Clapper Cox, she fires. It's a wicked serve. Libero right on top of a perfect pass. Middle attack tipped over. 2 Huskies converge. No Huskies can pull it up. Thankfully, there's no collision. Point Stanford, 18-10. Stanford leads. Down the line, picked up by Clapper. Sarasulo goes back to El-Shakawi. Nice big-time attack by El-Shakawi for the kill. Johnson now to serve. Again, down 7. Again, trading points, not helpful. Johnson down the line. Popped up nicely in system. Right side attack over the block. Clapper there. Sarasulo goes outside. Eknes, big swing. Libero pops it up nicely. Right side attack down the line. Johnson is there. Sarasulo is going to go back to El-Shakawi off the block. Picked up by Stanford. Nice scramble, and it's back. Johnson up high. Sarasulo chases it down. Eknes, big swing, cross court. What a dig! Second contact, unfortunately, finds the net. Unfortunately, it is for Stanford. Point, Huskies. Good persistent offense there out of the Huskies. Earns that point. Now they're down 6. Johnson into the 6. Looked like Stanford wanted to let it go, and at the last second reached out, made contact. Ace serve, Riley Johnson. Point Huskies, and now they're down 5. Can we get to 4? Johnson, another good serve. Good pass and system, strong side attack. Tipped over, Sarasulo was there. Johnson goes outside, Eknes. Off the high hands, picked up on the back row. Strong side attack coming, big swing. Johnson makes contact. Eknes brings it back on the court. Sarasulo puts it over free. Here comes Stanford. Middle attack, tipped over. Sarasulo goes in to get it. Johnson goes outside. Eknes steps into it. Blocked there by Stanford to the floor. Good hustle by the Huskies. Unfortunately, big time block by Stanford. Number 3 libero to serve. The lead is 6. Good strong serve. Eknes fights it off. Good scramble by the Huskies to send it over, but here they come. Stanford off the block. Nice job by Sarasulo to make a contact on it, but it puts it over the net, out of play, and it's a point Cardinal. They have reached the red zone, 20-13, 7-point lead. Up, not over, point Huskies. Spoladoro comes in down 6. Spoladoro pounds the ball into the floor, gets a sign. Airmail Spoladoro hits long. Point Stanford, 21-14. And here comes number 5 from Stanford, the lefty, getting ready to put it into play. Needing 4. Huskies needing an immediate turnover. Eknes there, Spoladoro outside. Sarasulo off the high hands. Big deflection, high in there. Good scramble by Stanford, sends it over. Johnson to Spoladoro. Clapper back row off the net cord, picked up by Stanford. Strong side attack coming, big swing. Off the block, out of play. Point Stanford. Stanford defense has been amazing here, especially in the second set. Huskies putting good rips on the ball, but Stanford is there. And now they lead by 8, 22-14. Sent over. Clapper there. Spoladoro goes back. Eknes, big swing off the block, off the deflection, off the netting. Point Huskies. Nice attack there from the right side. By Eknes, and now Herman Scholbe will give Eknes a break, come in to serve. Down 7. Good strong serve into the 6. Perfect pass, middle attack. Blocked. Steinke says she didn't touch it, but we're playing on. Steinke definitely touched that one. Clapper, Spoladoro, Sarasulo down the line for the score. Sarasulo scores for the Huskies, earning that point. Deficit back to 6. Can number 6, Herman Scholbe, carve into it? Tacoma, Washington product. Eyes her spot down the line. Good serve, deflects into the back wall. Ace serve, point Huskies. And again, they're down to 5. It's a handful. Can we take off the thumb? Get to the fingers. Herman Scholbe cleans her shoes on the floor. Takes aim, spins the ball. Here's the approach. Down the line, another good serve. This one picked up, strong side attack. It's a blast. It's over. No touch. Point Huskies. Down 4. We've taken away the thumb. Can we eliminate the pinky? Not right now. Timeout. Stanford, they want to talk it over. Again, your Huskies fighting for their match lives. Need this set to get to a third and keep their hopes of a power pool tomorrow. I haven't seen all the scores. I haven't crunched all the numbers. I'm guessing if they can get this victory. Well, I don't know what happened in the previous match. I think they're fighting here for second or a third. I don't think they can slide all the way to 4. Second straight to the power pool. Third, they got to play a challenge match to win it, to then get to the power pool. Makes for a long day tomorrow. Herman Scholbe to serve. Down 4. Can we take off the pinky? Good strong serve. Good pass. Strong side attack. Airmail. Point Huskies. The pinky's gone. Can we get the ring finger? Down 3. Looking for the ring finger. Herman Scholbe on a bit of a run. Good serve into the 6. This pass a little bit out of system. Strong side attack coming. Johnson with the dig. Spoladoro chases it down to keep it in play. Free ball over by Clapper. Look out now. Here come Stanford. That's a devastating blow from the strong side. Cross-court winner inside the back line. Point Stanford. Did some damage though, did the Huskies. Down 4. Need an immediate turnover here. Let's not get to match point. 23-19. Stanford leads. Good serve. Herman Scholbe sends it up. Johnson outside. Clapper. Nice job keeping it in play. Here come the Cardinal. Right side attack from the back row. Blocked by Clapper. They say 4 contacts. I say Clapper blocked it. Either way, it's a point Huskies. Now Steinke back to serve. Down 3. The first year from Bozeman, ready to go. Just long. Point, Stanford. I thought that was going to drop. It did not. And now Stanford on the hook for set number 2 and the match. 24-20 the lead. Middle back to serve. Good strong serve. Nice pass. Sarasulo says not yet. Stanford not yet. Kill down the line. She earns her way back to the service stripe. It's up to her. We need 3 to tie. In comes El Sharkawi. Sarasulo to serve. Sarasulo sends it over. In system. Look out. Strong side attack. Big off the block. Nice job, Herman Scholbe. Outside attack. Clapper. Nice dig. Pulling it out of the net. That's out of play. Point, Huskies. There's 1. The Huskies trail by 2. Sarasulo, ready to go. Into the 6. Passes there. Free ball coming. Let's use it. Herman Scholbe. Sarasulo outside. Clapper. Clapper ran inside. Free ball over. That's unfortunate. Strong side attack. Off the block. Good scramble by the Huskies to get it over. Stanford flying all over. Back row attack coming. Cross cart. Nice dig by Sarasulo. Johnson goes to Clapper. She steps into it. Libero is right there. Strong side attack coming from the Cardinal. Down the line. Blocked! Blocked by El Sharkawi. Point, Huskies. 1 point away from tying this thing up. If you ever call for an ace, Sarasulo down the line. It's up. In system, strong side attack. Down the line and long. No touch. 24-24. Volleyball's version of overtime here in set number 2. Who would have thunk it? No sense stopping now. Sarasulo to serve. Short. Picked up nicely. Middle. No, that's a back row attack. Johnson digs it up. Sarasulo goes outside. Clapper. Strong cross-court shot. Just a bit wide. We'll go to tennis scoring. Add out. Number 1 to serve. Sends it down the line. Herman Scholbe's there. Sarasulo goes back to Clapper. Blocked. Picked up by Johnson. Sent outside. Two-handed over. Into the campfire. El Sharkawi into the campfire for the kill. And we're back to deuce. Clapper. Clapper up. Clapper over. Good serve. In system. Right side attack. Strong one. Clapper sends it up and over. Here comes Stanford once again. Middle attack. Over. And down. Point. Stanford. Into serve now, number 12. It's 26-25. Add out for the Cardinal. Number 12 to serve. We're all on the edge of our seats. Up. Over. Eknes. Down. Ace. Serve for the Cardinal. 27-25. They take set number 2. And that puts the match in the books. I'm guessing we have an 8 a.m. match tomorrow. In fact, I'm really confident they'll have an 8 a.m. match tomorrow. It'll be a crossover match. And we still got a path to gold, but it's going to take some work. Thank you for joining us. This has been Mike Spoladoro on the call at the University of Washington Women's Club Volleyball here in San Jose, California. I don't know if we'll get any players. Occasionally we do, but I think that I may shut down. We'll just keep an eye and see what the team does. But thanks for joining me. Hopefully, I've added an element. I'll apologize for audio issues. I'll apologize for mispronunciations. And we'll see what happens here. So tomorrow, Again, they came into the tournament 6th seed. Tough match against San Jose State. They put up a really good fight and got the better of the Huskies. Dropped them to 3rd, I think, in the pool. I don't think they could slide to 4, but I don't have the official stuff. But if they get 3rd, they'll be in a crossover match tomorrow morning at 8 o'clock. If they win that crossover match, they head into the power pools and will play for the gold and silver brackets. If they lose the crossover match tomorrow, they'll drop to the bronze bracket and have a potential of 3 matches to take the bronze bracket championship. Or maybe it's 2 matches. Maybe it's 3. We'll see. Depends on where they finish out. Looks like the team's going to gather and huddle. I'm going to take a break, put on Chad Johnson music. I don't know if any players will come over, but we'll let you listen to some Chad Johnson music. Again, this is the musical sponsor of Spallybrock Sports Network. Huge thank you to Jim Welbrock. I had a conversation with him between matches, seeing if we couldn't isolate the audio issues. We've come down to bandwidth, but hopefully things have been strong. I'm going to leave you with Brick by Brick. Starts a little slow, but it's really one of my favorites.